Hey everybody, it is Romania Black, and we are on episode 33 of Word of Honor, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. Last week was maybe my least favorite episode of the series, only because there was so much cut and so much rushed, and I get it. I don't want to talk ill of the show because they've done so much amazing things with it, but last week was a little rough to get through. I was like, oh no, but you know what, we still have several episodes to go, and I'm excited still to see what this show gives us. So we just have to go in with the forewarning that there's probably going to be stuff that's cut. However, something that does make me a little bit excited about this week is that the episode itself is 45 minutes longer, so it's a good 2 minutes longer than the last episode, so that's good. But we have a lot of comments to get through. A lot. So thank you all so much for, one, not spoiling, and two, leaving some amazing comments with lots to talk about. These are comments from episode 30 and 31. So I'm pretty excited to get into those. But with that being said, let's dive into these comments, shall we? Pines841 for episode 30 said, Duan Pengju's actor was someone important with the production. I don't remember if he's an assistant director or a casting assistant or what. If anyone knows, please correct me. I remember fans made a meme hating on his role, but I cannot complain because if we didn't have him, we wouldn't have had the show. Which we're going to talk about that a little bit later in another comment about the whole production side of it. But that's crazy that he was just like a producer or somebody on set that's like, yeah, I'll play this role. He does a really good job. By the way, I just want to leave an opinion here. I really like the weapon design of Zishu. A bending soft sword is not a common weapon of a main male character in wuxia tropes. Usually they have a typical sword or a big sword. A soft sword is commonly used with female characters. But I think that a soft sword is very suitable for Zhou Zishu's character. A sword and its sheath are flexible. The user can wrap it around their waist, wear it like a belt, so it's not noticeable that a person would be carrying a sword with them. It's suitable for Zhou Zishu's role as a secret assassin who needs to be stealthy, but it also helps his disguise as a hobo and making it go smoothly. People like Guzhong and Changling at first really thought he was an ordinary beggar and not a skilled martial artist. Also, a soft sword is light and flexible, so it's compatible with Zishu's martial art and fighting style that emphasizes light, quick, flexible movements. I love that, not only for the gender subversion, but for all of those reasons of why it would be advantageous for his character to have that. So that's awesome. Thank you, Pines. That's good stuff. Kristen F. Vids for episode 30 says, Wen Kexing believes that he had overcome the Water of Oblivion because he remembered the ghost killing his parents. But the Water actually the Water of Oblivion made him forget his greatest obsession, his guilt over leading Zhao Jing to his family. The drunk, like a dream instance eventually revealed his memories, just like it did for the tragic comic Ghost. And Be Happy's comment for episode 31, I'm going to talk more about their overall comment in a little bit, but for episode 31, they did also leave a comment saying that it's through the discussion you see the moment when Kexing finally clocks him being exposed to Drunk Like a Dream back in episode 5. So that was back when they first encountered the Scorpion King and all of that, essentially. And in later episodes, it was the reason the effect of the Water of Oblivion was nullified, and his deepest obsession or regret that he had buried deep in his subconscious came back to the surface, that he had led Zhao Jing to his parents' home, which led to their death. It's a simple moment of realization, but Gong Jun portrayed it with such perfection through his facial expressions and his eyes. I love that. So that adds a little bit more in episode 30 and episode 31 to him talking with the tragic comic Ghost and realizing all of that. Fantastic. Love that to pieces. So good. Also, it just makes me even more mad that Zhao Jing has been praised last week for taking care of Wen Kexing. That makes me so mad. I'm just projecting my anger onto episode 32. East, for episode 31, says the disciples are the ones left from the Four Seasons people. Uncle Bai was the one that got the nails in the first episode. One of the ones that did the rescuing was named after him, and that's why they're at the start of the new Four Seasons sect. I had forgot about old Uncle Bai. I remember him getting the nails in the first episode. I remember that, but I forgot his name. I forgot old Uncle Bai was his name. I was like, okay, I remember Zhou Zishu doing the nails to that one old man and him dying, and that being the impetus for all of Zhou Zishu's hobo-ness for the episodes to come after that. So it's good to get a reminder of his name and the connection to one of the disciples that comes in. So thank you, East. And then Night Owl adds to that saying, also Bai Jingming is a disciple of Bai Changfeng, who is one of the Four Seasons Manor Masters, basically Zhou Zishu's martial uncle, the guy that Zhou Zishu put the nails in at the beginning of the series. Now, Night Owl had a couple other things to say for episode 31. They also said, the rescue of Zhou Zishu is already intense, but the way Wen Kexing literally dropped from the sky, peak dramatic entrance. That's been his thing since episode 1, hasn't it? Always showing up when Zishu is in the worst possible spot. Honestly, it felt like a deliberate callback to when he first swooped in to save him from the Ghost Valley ambush early on. Classic Wen Kexing, half a demon in red, half a knight in shining armor. I love that! Which now he's dead, and I don't love that, so... But yeah, half a demon in red, half a knight in shining armor. Love. Also, Night Owl says, the whole question of whether Wen Kexing can outwit the Scorpion King is so tense. Honestly, with these two, it's anyone's guess. They're both brilliant and cunning, but they each have a certain someone who can make them lose it. It makes it impossible to predict how things will play out. I guess that was my one thing for episode 31. In the discussion and in the reaction, I didn't so much see their encounter, and maybe it was just the way that it was filmed and it was very rushed and just not acted quite like I expected it to be acted for it to have that embodiment. And maybe the novel will be different. Please, no spoilers. I will read the novel unless you all spoil me. I felt like their meeting was more like, especially when Guzhang and them, they cut all the scenes and they're like, oh, when Kexing's going to meet with the Scorpion King. And then we only got to see that one time. I took it as they were both conspiring like against Zhao Jing, and the trade-off was that the Scorpion King would get the Ghost Valley and Wen Kexing would give it to him and leave to go stay in the Four Seasons, and that was the trade-off. But then episode 32 made that really complicated because that's not what happened at all. So I was like, oh, well, that theory's wrong, I guess. That would have made sense, I guess, but who knows? Maybe it's still on the table and we just haven't gotten back around to it. I did not take them meeting each other as a face-off. I took it as them like tensely negotiating, but maybe I was wrong. I probably was. Please, no spoilers. We'll see where it goes. And then Be Happy for episode 31 also said, Wen Kexing and Scorpion King being on the same frame is surreal. Those two undeniably, along with Zhao Jing, the puppet masters behind all the events that have happened since episode 1. And so them finally meeting was an absolutely epic moment. Such charisma and power and similarities, yet also so many differences. I know, and I wanted it to be longer. Why did we cut 8 episodes? Boo! So, to that effect, Be Happy does talk a little bit about that. They said, I seriously want to thank the production of the show, because they really did do the best they could with what they had and with a lot of love. The show suffered post-pandemic because of a lot of the casted actors quit for other projects because financially it was rough. It was almost canceled if Wulong Nuts had not stepped in, and even that didn't prevent difficulties that were felt later on, namely production conditions, as some commenters have informed you, especially the 8 episodes cut that was initially planned. Some actors, like Peng Zhu's actor, were technically technical crew. He was the assistant director of, he stepped up to fill the role at the last minute. Adding the censorship to the mix and the writers using every trick possible to get it approved without altering the core of the story, which is a BL dressed as a bromance, I can only say a big thank you to the crew that was able to give us this show with this quality, even under those difficult conditions. And yeah, I was very harsh on episode 32 because the show has had such a high standard, both in the writing and the production value, that last week's episode felt like a very definitive step down, which is like not where you want to step down at. It's the climax, but it's not the climax because we still have like 4 episodes to go. So, I mean, we have 33, 34, 35, 36. We still have like 4 to 5 episodes left. So it's not the climax, but at this stage of the series, it felt a little bit like a letdown last week because I was like, oh no, this is not where you want to have cuts. You should have had those cuts back in episodes like 12 or 13. You want this to be the big showstopper, and for them to be rushing through the showstopper is like, it makes me uneasy. But I'm going to trust the series and that they've had so much faith and devotion so far in this series that I want to see how it plays out, and I want to see it. And again, if anything, this is giving me more of a reason to read the novel, because if this series was 100% like the novel, I would not want to read the novel because I'm like, well, I just watched the series. Why would I go read the book now? But with all of this, it definitely makes me want to read it, because now I'm like, okay, well, what was different? What was changed? What's going to be different about it? So that gives me hope that we're going to go read that. So yeah. But yeah, Be Happy is so kind with their comment. I'm over here grumbling about episode 32 and they're like, isn't it amazing? And I was like, I usually like tell the mods or something, like when I watch an episode and I was like, well, I watched episode 32, and Be Happy was like, it was great, right? And I was like, ah. No, I liked it. I was just really pissed at the cuts. But that's not the actor's fault, honestly. So it's just me being mad at production and being mad at COVID. Can you blame me? Anyway, so I really appreciate everybody's comments. I cannot believe we're at episode 33. This feels surreal, very surreal. But we are starting at the 1 minute 48 second mark, and we're going to see what we get. So thank you so much for your comments, for your kind words. I've really appreciated them. I know next week's comments are going to be like, well, Romania, but I think it'll be better knowing that we go into this with this context. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to adjust this and we are going to get started with episode 33 of Word of Honor. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Oh. She looks so good with her hair up, by the way. Oh, like that's gonna make a difference. True. Oh. But if you have to know, she's like, I'm tired of being your third wheel getting you information. You know he's a bad person. Why do I have to go prove it for you again? Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, so at least he's self-aware. You just want to know that it was a... Yeah, oh my God. Oh, you could do so much better, my dude. Look how beautiful you are. Also, can we talk about his tunic? I didn't talk about it last week. That tunic's amazing. She's like, oh, really? Are you sure? Oh. Is that the Water of Oblivion? Oh, no, it's that. Good, 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 good. Oh, wow. He's telling you to get out, girl. Oh, wow. Oh. Huh. If he'll leave with you, then... Holy shit. Okay. Ho, 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 ho. That's a bold move. Damn. Your life is too bitter. Oh my gosh. Wow. Scorpion King is doing her a massive favor. He's so handsome, damn it! Look how pretty he is! You could do so much better than Zhao Jing. He's too handsome. He's too good. That's why they made him Scorpion King. They couldn't kill him off like Wen Kexing. He was just too handsome. She's also so pretty there. Oh. Meanwhile, speaking of Chu Fong in his calligraphy quarters, his robe looks like it's made from the same cloth as the calligraphy paper. Yeah, he's been absent for a lot of this series. She looks stunning. Oh. Now here's the thing. If he doesn't leave with her, is she going to use the medicine for the tragicomic ghost? That's the question. Bitch, are you going to choose a heroes conference over her? Oh, wow. She's tempting him. She's offering for them to go. Wow. That's not, yeah. Oh. Damn. Fair. Fair. I mean, she should tell him, but also this is a good way for her to gauge his loyalty. Yeah. If you choose those pile of sausages over me, then you don't deserve me. Damn. Oh. Oh, girl. Oh. Oh, wow. He gave it back to her. Oh, you weren't gonna kiss him? Oh, bitch! You should have kissed him. That he offered it to her. Oh, girl. Oh. Oh. Dude, you're a moron. You are a moron, sir. I mean, good intentions, but at the same time, you done goofed. You done goofed. Oh. She was too good, man. Another league. I wonder if she would drink the water of oblivion to forget about him. Oh, wow. We really put this place back together, didn't we? Oh, this is where there was they had the flashback scene. Oh, wow. Scorpion King in the light robes looks great. I know he's a monk, but all I can think of is saying the Avatar. Yeah. It's so weird to see Shin Shin and Zhao Jing as the two leaders of this. I want that guy's jade staff, please and thank you. Okay. This ragtag group. At least you're saying that. You go get Yay by E. Oh, no, we're going to have Josh Brolin do this. Is that the beggar gang leader with the jade staff? I thought he did. I thought he was dead. Or is this a new beggar gang leader? Scorpion King's like, it's so hard being the hottest guy here. It's so hard. I do like that color of green. It's a beautiful green. Well, I mean, true. Yeah, no. Supposedly Wen Kexing's gone. All those guys with the white robes and the hair forehead ribbons look like a little band of Lan Wangchis out to the side is all I can think of. Blah, 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 going to... like, Zhao Jing looks like he's in another world. Blah, 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 going to be supreme leader. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, indeed. Who, me? Oh, Shin Shin. Shin Shin's look to him is so good. I'm like, what are you thinking? Just go ahead and just grab his dick and stroke it harder, y'all. I mean, let's be real. Oh. Oh. Let's have a battle to the death right in front of us. Zhao Jing's like, I'm just too pretty to fight. I do want that guy's jade staff. The beggar gang leader, I do want that staff. Man, look at the Scorpion King accessorizing, looking just so good. Oh, he's like, I thought we talked about this. I don't fight. I'm too pretty. Or maybe he will. I thought his cultivation skills were limited and he couldn't fight. I thought that was a thing. He doesn't seem to have a sword. Is he going to choose a champion to fight on his behalf? Or is he going to use the sword that poisoned Rongzhan? I love the way the Scorpion King is like leaning forward. Oh no, he has a sword. Show me your moves. On my bingo card for today's episode was not Master Mo and Zhao Jing fighting. Not on my bingo card. Okay. Oh! Alright. So he can fight. I just thought he was a figurehead. Okay. It is kind of neat to see the older people fight in this series because usually it's like the youngsters fighting and the mentors are just reserved for training. Oh. Oh yeah. Ooh! Well, okay, so we've got to establish Zhao Jing is actually a threat, potentially. They're just out here just spinning around, being a damn sky dancer. Oh, are you sure about that? Scorpion King says. I was not expecting this. What? What? Oh my god, what? Oh, who came to crash the party? Okay. And neither of you have any. Bitch. Oh. Oh, what? Oh, damn. Zhao Jing bringing out the Mori receipts. Shut up! That's the best response we've had. Actually, no, bitch. I'm a sky dancer. You can't do that. Oh! And they're still gonna fight. Master Mo, that was a little dirty. Oh, man. Is Master Mo, like, know this is going on? And so he's, like, fighting him so this can happen while they're... Oh, bitch! Speak your truths! I love this is how we're telling it all out. Oh. Oh my god, love. Scorpion King's like, well, so what do we do now? Ooh. Oh, shit! Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. A scorpion barb? Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? Oh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Well, yes. Uh-huh. Well, that doesn't seem likely. He's like, scorpion tails aren't my style. Yeah! Oh, bitch, please. Oh, bitch, please. Oh, bitch, please! Get up in his face. Don't speak ill of the dead. Oh, bitch. Oh. Oh, sweet bean. What? 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 I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, how? I'm sorry, but how? What? Scorpion King's like, but how? I'm with Scorpion King. Or is this somebody intimidating him? Like doing the disguise? I don't know. There's the love song, so I don't think they'd deceive us that way. Oh, look at that landing. He stuck the landing. When they show up like, damn, showing up like, she's all that in like the nice dress in the robes that are, this color looks so crazy on him. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's like, he said he was part of my sect. They're practically married. Get out. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Okay. I don't. How? How, bitch? How? Uh huh. Oh. What? What? What is this? Oh. He's like, I'm kind of still reeling from the fact that you're alive and standing before me because I burned your body. Oh, bitch. She's like, I need to go process this. Thank you very much. Because this is not how I thought things were going to go down. Master Mo. Oh! Oh! That lady's like, that looks rather technical. She's like, wait, what is going on? He looks as in disbelief as I do. Okay. Uh-huh. I love that he's reclaiming his family. Well, Chengling is like, I wasn't born. I wasn't alive. Oh. Yes. I love him embracing all of it. Oh. He's like, bitch, I'm his son. You want to take a DNA test? Oh. 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 Well, yeah, he just said it. Elderly? None. Don't call her elderly. She's at least 40. Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're one to talk. You're one to talk. You're one to talk. But does he even know? Hmm. Then fight him. But you just saw him do some sweet ass moves, so you probably don't want to. Oh, ho, ho. Mmm. Oh, bitch. What? What? It's you. Oh my God, Zhao Jing. That's horrifying. You're no. Yeah. Scorpion King's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're making yourself look like the biggest asshole. Oh, Shin's like, bitch, no. Bitch. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Oh. 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 Oh, I live. What? Is this all coming together? Oh my God. Do not talk bad about her. And who are these people behind her? Oh my God. Oh, bitch. Wow, Zhao Jing always goes into that, like, instant clocked out mode. Oh, no, it is not a coincidence, my friends. But is that why she brought these witnesses? Changling, good. Oh. Oh, bitch. Oh my gosh. All this shit's coming out. So you've had this, like, how long, Changling? Oh my gosh. So they all have been conspiring against him this whole time. Oh, oh, bitch! Oh, bitch! Oh, oh! Who are these people? What? What? Yeah, I thought he was dead. Or is somebody imitating him? Because I was pretty sure he did. Oh. So I thought he was dead. Did he just, like, fake his death? Okay. And everybody's just confronting him all in a circle. He's, like, cornered there on the stage. And Zhou Zishu's like, I had a plan, guys. I had this. We all didn't have to do this. Oh, Gong Jun. Oh, bitch, girl. Then who's the other person? Who's the other person they brought in? Who's this other witness in this Maury style thing? Man, we changed sides real quick in this. We ain't even heard the full testimony. Oh, is that Sal Waining? Is that Sal Waining, actually? Oh, look at that damn... Look at that! It is Sal Waining. He's so cute. Oh, my God. Wen Kexing looked amazing in that moment. Oh! Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, my God! Not her! Oh! 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 Okay. Okay. Oh! Oh! Oh, now. I'm pretty sure he stabbed you. Oh, that smirk. Oh, that smirk. Ooh! Ooh! Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I love Wen Kexing getting to fight him and everything it symbolizes, but Zhou Zishu, why are you standing there with no expression? Why? Oh. Oh, I love. I live. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh my God! Oh, bitch! Oh, Scorpion King had to look away! Oh my gosh. Bitch, what? Oh. Sound winning never change. Oh, I love how smug he looks. Oh. Oh, yes! Uh-huh. Oh. Oh. Damn. I do love the Zhao Jing disheveled look. Oh, bitch. Oh my god. Oh my god. What about the glazed armor? What about the key? Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh. Man, the hairography. The hairography. Gao Chong did it better, but the hairography. Oh, he just looks so damn good. Zhou Zishu make one other face other than confusion. Oh. Dim moon boots. Wow. This is not how I pictured it at all. I mean, not entirely. Oh, don't make the Scorpion King cry! Don't make him cry! Poor Scorpion King! I mean... Zhou Zishu's like, I am the epitome of confusion, but I'm also happy you got revenge on him, so good work. Oh my gosh. I feel like there was so much more to this behind the scenes, so I'm excited to get to the novel part, because I feel like there's so much more with the novel that sets this up. Oh, that's a striking shot right there. But what is it? You didn't ask what it was. Oh my god. Yeah, so yes. He's like, "Hi, you owe me an explanation, bitch." A big ol' explanation, actually. That face is a cat face of like, "Excuse me, I'm owed an explanation." Oh. He's like, "I wasn't gonna hit you. I was about to kiss you, bitch." What? What? We're not gonna talk about the murder. Oh. Oh. We were gathered here to stop the Ghost Valley, so he's like, "I already died once, bitch." Huh. Well, that's not her problem. Yeah, we're kind of owed an explanation. Oh, well. So, yeah. We're going to get story time. Oh, bitch. That was. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, y'all abandoned him. Mm hmm. Well, that's a funny thing to say. Oh, will you now? Oh, bitch. Zhou Zishu just wants to fight somebody in this episode. Zhou Zishu's like, I came here to fight. And then Boomer shows up. He's like, ah, son of a bitch. Yeah. What? Oh. No! Well, what was he going to say about Wen Kexing, though? What was he going to say about Wen Kexing, though? Are you kidding? Are you joking? Are you... Well, that was quite an episode. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I liked it a lot better than episode 32. I I feel like with Whiteboard Coon, we need to make a list of I've cleared off everything because at this point, I think the most curious thing about this episode is that where we got to in this episode wasn't what surprised me. It was that we're doing it now. Because I was like, we still have episode 35, 34, 35, 36, and 37. We still have like 3 to 4 episodes left. And I'm like, this felt like a climax, but yet not a climax. And it felt, I don't know, I really loved the premise of what happened in this episode. I want to read it in the novel because I'm going to be honest, I think it's going to be more epic in the novel. But there were aspects about this that I loved. And I thought were so well done, and I loved them. And then there were just a few tiny things that kept taking me out, and I kept being like, but wait, what about that? But what about that? But what about that? And we're going to talk through it because that's my job. That's why I'm here, to tell you the parts that I loved, the parts I was like, what? And the parts I was like, oh, ho, 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 ho. And the things that I was really surprised we did this early, but also that we did at all, or the things that we didn't do that I was like, but why, where did the plot go with that? So I know a lot of you are going to be sitting on your hands going, Romania, in the novel, this happens. And all I ask is to please bear with me. Bear with me. I know it's going to be frustrating listening to me give you my sentiments without having read the novel, but I promise you, when we get to the novel, I'm sure that it will all come back and we'll be able to talk about it and henceforth and blah, blah, blah. But there were some things I really liked. Some things I was very confused about. Not really very confused, but kind of bewildered about. But before we even get to that, we need to talk about this confrontation between the Scorpion King and the Alluring Ghost. So the one thing is I do not blame the Alluring Ghost whenever the Scorpion King, who by the way, we didn't talk about this last episode, Love the drip. Love the poncho. Looks great. But when he was like, oh, well, when he said this, was it an instant reaction or did he have to think about it a while? I did love that the Alluring Ghost is like, that's a stupid question. The Alluring Ghost was channeling the drag queen Alaska. That's a stupid question in that moment. And I love the Scorpion King, like, he immediately looks up at her being like, my love is not stupid or a meaningless question. The Scorpion King had some amazing emotions and amazing expressions in this episode that I really loved. And I thought his actor, Daikun, did so well with. And when he looks up at her being like, bitch, you love some idiot. Like, can you blame him? And I think that's why he gets mad at her for a moment. And he's like, it's not completely unnecessary. And then, him calling her Sire was like really crazy. And when he says, how dare you? She's like, I spoke out of line. But you know what? I really appreciate the Scorpion King where he tells her, he's like, somebody in the wrong is always looking for excuses. I can't really be a hypocrite, so I get why you did what you did. It makes sense. He's like, I just want to make sure that he actually loved me and to give him another chance. It's like the whole thing is that the Scorpion King, for whatever reason, because my sweetheart, you are so handsome, you could do so much better, is in love with Zhao Jing, and he just can't let him go. Which brings me to my first point. The novel, I'm going to call this novel and remaining plot drops. Plot drops seems like a beverage. Things that the story has just kind of ushered away that I was like, but weren't we focusing on this the entire story and now you've conveniently dropped the plot? Now, do I think that there is a high likelihood that in the next 3 to 4 episodes, these plot points will come back around? God, I hope so. But I'm sure that they will. But it feels like, and I can't get mad at the production because they're doing what they can. They're trying to make it all work. But at the same time, I can't be an honest critique with you all if I don't tell you how it is. And I'm just like, well, cool. But we've spent a large portion of the conversation between Scorpion King and Alluring Ghost talking about the water of oblivion. He got the recipe for the water of oblivion. And then we just haven't discussed about it since then. I honestly was really expecting him to have used the water of oblivion, and I could have understood if that was cut out of the plot for time's sake. No, I couldn't. We've focused enough about it. It needs to be a plot point. But he hasn't taken the water of oblivion because he's still thinking about him. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll come up in the next few episodes. Maybe, perhaps. I don't know. At this point, Prince Jin? Who is he? Where's he been? What's he going to do with the plot? So maybe Prince Jin is somebody we're going to have to take care of. Is Prince Jin going to be relevant to this plot after this episode? We just kind of like, Zhao Jing escaped in episode 30, and then we've just lost sight of him, and he's not relevant anymore. But I'm sure maybe he'll come back around the next few episodes. We'll just have to see, I guess. So then there's this scene. So he gives her this antidote. Like, Scorpion King gives her quite a bit in this scene. He gives her the antidote. He gives her that's going to work for a month. Now the slave poison stuff kind of happened off screen, which is fine. But then he gives her the recipe for the antidote, which this entire scene felt very akin to when Wen Kexing's mom gave Zhao Jing the antidote for the poison. The only thing is, Scorpion King is so much better than Zhao Jing, because Zhao Jing, he got poisoned, and then Wen Kexing's mom, here's the difference. Wen Kexing's mom was being very strategic in the moment, and she's like, I don't want Zhao Jing to kill us, so I'll give you the antidote, but I'm not giving you the recipe for it, so you have to keep coming back to me to get it. Which, that part, kind of, the plot got dropped on it, so I was like, Zhao Jing's poison, I guess, maybe Zhao Jing's poison. Because I thought that was what was, like, stopping his cultivation, but he seemed fine in this episode when he fought, so I was like, okay, which we'll talk about. So maybe he just had someone figure it out. That was with the Healing Valley, maybe, I guess. They never really talk about it, so it just kind of felt like a lost plot point. And maybe it was meaning to be talked about and just never did. But my point is, she knowing Zhao Jing was a horrible person, wanted to make him come back to keep getting the antidote. Scorpion King knows that the Alluring Ghost is a nice person, and so he not only gives her the antidote, but he gives her the recipe for it, being like, here you go. Now you can go rescue that moron that you like, and you guys can run off together. There you go. I love it. I like the Scorpion King as if anything, he says it's a wedding gift for her, and he's so nice. And damn it, Lee Daikun is handsome. Damn it, he's handsome. He's so attractive. Every time he was on screen in this episode, I could not look away. I was just like zeroed in on him, going, God, you're really good looking. Like the whole time. The whole time. I just, So he's so nice in this moment. He gives them a parting gift, which is kind of insane. And I like that, you know, he does say, he's like, you know, you can do one of two things. You can, well, she ends up doing a third option, which we'll talk about. He's like, you could give him the antidote, run off together and be together. Or if you're afraid he's going to leave you, then you could use the slave poison and control him. And then he can't leave you. Just saying. But Alluring Ghost is not like that. She instead chooses the third option, which we're going to talk about, which I was like, girl, I love it. What a power move. But I like that he tells her, he's like, you know, you do whatever you want with this. We'll see. Now, the stuff that he gave Zhao Jing, the stuff to make him well, I'm like, did it actually kill him? Or was it going to make him one of his, like, there is kind of a macabre part of me that I like. This series has gotten a little bit dark. And so I'm like, it would be really morbid and dark. And I don't think the censors would allow this. But if the Scorpion King, like, kept Zhao Jing as, like, a drugman, a corpse, like, drugman, and, like, had him walk around kind of like what the Dragon Pool cabinet Zhao had to do, and he just, like, had this corpse of Zhao Jing walking around, that would be super dark and super morbid, but I kind of would think it'd be kind of cool. So, I don't know. I don't think that's what the stuff he gave him did, but we'll see. So she goes on her way. He's like, I'm going to give you the chance to choose and treasure it. His smile, y'all, is just so good. Damn, Scorpion King's amazing in this. So he runs off. She goes after Chu Feng. I like that we immediately went to this scene. We didn't, like, have a different scene there. It has all the calligraphy up in his office. I expected better of this man. I've been defending this man for a long time, and I should have known. As soon as he saw her, I love the test that she gives him. She, is so good. The test is so good. Because you know, if this had been Wen Kexing and Zhou Zishu, they would have passed the test. Because they're soulmates. Zhao Jing would not have passed the test, and we all know that. But there's a part of us watching this scene that wonders if Chu Feng is going to pass the test. And the moment, I love what Alluring Ghost does here. I love that Qian Chao, she doesn't tell him about the antidote immediately because she doesn't want him to just go with her because of the antidote. And Chu Feng being like, well, did you come here of your own will or did the Scorpion King send you? You know, and she comes up saying, beloved Feng, are you willing to leave with me? If he really loved her, no strings attached, he would have gone right then and there. He would have left. But this man is too dedicated to, and the thing about it is, it's not that he's too dedicated to where he is. He's not. It's not that he's worried about the antidote at first. He's not. Instead, he's like, there's a heroes conference. Tomorrow's the heroes conference. I gotta be with the guys. And she's like, oh, that's how it is. The moment he said that, I was like, you chose poorly, sir. This beautiful woman is standing right in front of you, asking you to leave with him. And you just told her no. He tries to, like, tries to kind of mansplain her in that moment. He's like, of course I'm willing to leave with you, but it's the heroes conference. We're both poisoned. Have you forgotten? And she's like, nope, haven't forgotten, actually. So she tells him, she's like, I love the ultimatum she gives. She's like, we could be husband and wife for 1 month. We could run away together. We could enjoy that month. Isn't that? And to be fair to Chu Feng, to be fair to him, I do understand where he's coming from, where he would be like, why would we leave and risk our lives and commit suicide when we could be together here getting the antidote for now and just wait till after the heroes conference and then see what we can do. I get he's trying to think logistically about it, and I will give him the benefit of the doubt with that. But she's saying, do you love me Or do you just like me because I'm conveniently here for you? And he just doesn't say the right things. She's like, I understand how dangerous the Ghost Valley is, but we could escape for a month. And then he just is like, I can't leave. And she's like, I'm leaving tonight. She finally just says, I'm leaving tonight. Are you coming with me? She's like, this is how it is. I'm going. Are you coming with me? Do you love me enough to come with me? Or are you staying here? Those are the options. And he can't. She's like, decide for yourself. And he grabs her hand and says her name. But he doesn't. He's like, if you leave, the Scorpion King won't let me live. So that's the thing of it. That's where he went totally wrong. Because she's like, you could just come with me. You could just come with me. And we'd be together. And if you loved me, it would work out. We'd make it work, or we'd die together. Isn't that, we're soulmates, right? And he's like, but if you leave, my life's at risk. And it's like, then leave with her. But that's not what he says. I felt bad for her in that moment because I was rooting for him. I was rooting for him to make the right decision. And I was very disappointed in him. Not surprised. I'm not surprised he made the poor choice because this poor man has been just not having a great time through and through. But I'm glad that she stuck to her guns. And she was like, I don't want to know. Here's the antidote. Bye. Now, here's the thing. She didn't give him the recipe for the month. She just gave him the antidote. She didn't give him the rest of it. So there's a little bit of a bite there. You know, there's a little bit of the alluring ghost kind of punishing him for not, you know, for leading her on and not truly being faithful, which ties back to her and her whole ghostly appearance. She's like, she punishes those that are unfaithful. And here he gets some slight reprieve, but then she's like, you're going to be punished by not being with me. And then you don't have the antidote after the month. And her destroying the fan is so symbolic. Also, how dare she have perfect nails and cuticles? How dare she? I want like a paraffin. They're like paraffin wax. It's gorgeous. And then she gives it back. The alluring ghost is so beautiful. I love it. Now, his only part in this entire scene that he did right was when she gave the fan back. He said, is there more of this antidote? And he offers it to her first. Have you eaten it? To be fair, that is the one good move that he makes. The one good thing he does is he offers her the antidote first because she gave it to him. That shows that he's capable. He just makes some bad decisions. And she's like, I feel like to her in this moment, she's like, okay, I wasn't misguided and in the wrong for loving you. It's just not going to work between us. I'm not surprised this is how it turned out between them, but it is really sad to watch. Now, I thought she was going to kiss him. And she's like, make everything worth it. The road is long and our destiny ends here. And she tears up the fan and goes. I don't blame her. There was a moment for me. There was a moment for me in this where I thought she was going to take the antidote when he told her he wasn't going to go with her. I thought she, like, the cruel Chancho would have taken the antidote and gave it to her and Tragic Comic Ghost and peaced out. And maybe the Tragic Comic Ghost is going to get some herself anyway, but she still gave it to him. She just left him behind, which, you know what? Good for her. Good for her. I love the alluring ghost. I'm glad she got away from him because in the long run, I don't think it would have worked out. And she just had to see it through. I also like that Guzhong and Cao Weining are kind of like the anti-version of them. You had the alluring ghost saying, you know, you can't choose who you love. I chose poorly. I'm stuck with this decision now. But Guzhong chose well. Her and Cao Weining, just such a good couple. She chose well in this. So, man, they cleaned up all the corpses and everything from the last Heroes Conference rather quickly and got everything ready for this. So the majority of this episode is about this Heroes Conference that takes place. Am I a little bit sad that we don't get introductions of the new Beggars Gang leader with his sweet jade staff? Yes, but we don't need to be. We have Avatar Aang here, who's a monk. And then we have this other nun here as well. We have Master Mo here too. And then Scorpion King looks dazzling in baby blue. Love it. Shin Shin, I like the blues he's wearing too, and Changling, it's great. So everybody's all here, like gathered here to discuss how to take on the Ghost Valley, which is great. They keep doing throughout this opening scene lots of shots of Changling and Scorpion King and Mo looking around. Like they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for things to break loose, which is great. But I wish we'd had more. And I know things have been cut. But the whole backstabbing of Zhao Jing, I loved it. But it felt like we had to immediately get to this point. So some things that are worth knowing. Some things like the beggar gang stuff is not important to me. I'm sure the novel will go into that, but the one guy Huang died off screen. It's fine. The old couple left. My big thing is I wanted more about Changling, Shin Shin, and the Scorpion King with Master Mo with their plot against Zhao Jing. Because last episode, it seemed in the scene where they were all toasting and Zhao Jing's like, everything's going so well. Like, you looked at that scene and you were like, well, it seems like they're plotting to backstab him. We just haven't had it come down to it yet. And it comes down to it in this scene. But it's difficult because in episode 32, you went from Changling being super pissed and seemingly killing Wen Kexing to him plotting against Zhao Jing. And then in this, being totally fine that Wen Kexing shows back up. I was like, my big thing is Changling. I cannot wait in the novel to see more with Changling, hopefully, because especially his opinions with Wen Kexing. Because one minute he's killing him, the next minute he's happy he's back, and they're all plotting against Zhao Jing. And I was like, there is no characterization explanation. It just gets completely rushed through in these 2 episodes, and I need more. I need more context, essentially, which I'm sure the novel will give us. So we just gotta be patient, right? We just gotta be, patience is the name of the game. So yeah, so they all, like, I feel like they just, have a candidate in mind. And so they bring up Master Mo leading the Ghost Valley battle. And, he was the elected chief 20 years ago. Again, everything seems like it's being set up in this moment to use the deciding factors. Now, Master Mo brings up that, they have to have the ability as a leader. The Ghost Valley doesn't have a leader and they're just a bunch of demons running rampant. So he's like, I believe the chosen leader must be good at battling and judging. So he says, I want to take on Zhao Jing to prove, no one's more suitable than the leader of the Five Lakes Alliance. So I want to battle you to see who's going to be the rightful person to do this. And again, they do all these shots of Shin Shin looking at him like there's a setup. And I'm sure they were going to film other episodes where this was more explained, and we'll just have to see it in the novel. But yeah, and everybody agrees, like, let's have a battle between the 2 of them. If we were to make a decision based on other factors, the great warriors would have a chance of winning the election. So, like, let's let the people in martial arts choose their leader by seeing who is the most direct and straightforward, who's the better martial arts combatant. So yeah, I honestly was surprised by this scene because I thought the entire time that Zhao Jing could not fight to the extent that he could defend himself. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. I really liked the fight between Mo and Zhao Jing. I really liked the fight between them. I thought it was really good. I loved the choreography, them spinning through the air like they're in Dragon Ball Z. Can we talk about, I love the shot of Scorpion King just man-spreading and like leaning out to the side waiting to see how the battle goes down. Loved that. The new beggar gang leader, I don't think that's Huang. I think that's somebody different. He's interesting. Sure thing. Love his jade staff. But I liked the battle between these 2, especially because a few episodes ago they were conspiring with each other. So to see them both battle was a lot of fun. I liked it. It also felt like in this moment, the battle was going to be to distract Zhao Jing long enough for Zhou Zishu to show up and start giving exposition. Which at first I was like, oh, he's here, but we're going to talk about that in a second. But then I thought it was well done. Scorpion King's watching all this go down. Like, he knows what's coming. He's just letting it all happen. I've only heard his moral virtue is outstanding and he's gifted at crafting strategies. But in terms of martial arts, his are not that special. I wouldn't have expected the sight I'm seeing today. Yeah, Zhao Jing is doing well. He's actually fighting and proving me wrong because I didn't think he was going to be able to like hold up and do it. So good for him. Good for him. Yeah. And maybe Master Mo is holding back to make him look better. I don't know. And so, yeah, but I love them flying through the air. It just looks so good. And I will give the show this. Everyone, the costuming, the set design, everything looks amazing. The choreography is really good in this fight scene. It's great. So Zhao and Mo both fight, you know, hand in hand. They keep going back to Shinshin and Scorpion King, who's like kind of smirking at there being no clear winner. Like he's smirking at this, which is kind of like a foreshadowing of there being no clear winner when Zhou Zishu shows up. So I guess we'll see her in a second. But yeah, they're both fighting, pairing, like going back and forth. And then in comes Zhou Zishu, floating in like Princess Peach in Super Mario Brothers 2. So yeah, and Changling seeing him come in. Now, again, last episode, if we recall, we had the whole thing with Zhou Zishu and the 7 nails. That was a thing. Zhou Zishu was ready to give it all up. He was ready to go into battle and finish what Wen Kexing had started. And unless something happened in between now and then that was part of one of those cut episodes, you expect him to come in. And then he's like, I'll battle Zhao Jing. And Master Mo's like, no, I'm going to keep this battle going. So he starts to spout off exposition about Zhao Jing and how terrible he is. And like, it's kind of funny that the first thing he does is like, do you have the right to stand in that arena? And he's like, what? He's like, you're the son of a servant. I was like, oh, hello, Yao. Hello, Model Zushi. Where have you been this whole time? I was like, oh. I did find it really weird that the first thing Zhao Jing says is being like, your bloodline sucks. I'm like, holy shit. Like, we're just gonna have an episode of Maury right here, right now on the main stage. I thought that was crazy. And I got definitely Yao vibes. So I was like, okay, all right. And he talks about how Zhao Jing was adopted because that makes a difference. He was adopted and you took in sect leader Zhao as your father. Now they cut to Scorpion King at one point and it feels like the Scorpion King is putting 2 and 2 together, that Zhao Jing is maybe treating Scorpion King like he was treated as a kid. So that's interesting. He's like, that's how you got to be in the 5 Lakes Alliance to begin with. And the 5 of you became good friends with Rongzhan. I like Master Mo stops and looks at him like he's gauging his reaction. The one guy tells him to shut up, which is kind of hilarious. And Zhou Zishu's like, I'm talking, so please let me continue. I love that he just does a little sky dancer twirl around, knocks him out, and he's like, as I was saying. Which is great. He's like, as I was saying, bitches, let me continue. And then he goes down to the main court while they're fighting, and everybody pulls their swords out. And he keeps going, saying, after the armory was created, you deliberately took advantage of the situation when Rongzhan was competing with the 5 sons and wiped poison on Gao Chong's blade. And it felt like Master Mo fighting with Zhao Jing was keeping him from stopping Zhou Zishu from saying all of this, which I really loved the set design. I liked the set design, the set piece, all that was great. Could we have used a little more insight into Zhou Zishu's plan of going down there? Well, sure, but that's probably going to be in the novel and, you know, said maybe later on. He thought he had harmed Rongzhan, but it was actually because of your poison. He could not defend himself against the accusations. And the 5 sons grew scattered as well and lived in depression for the rest of their lives. All this was because of you. And Shinshin's like, that's right, I have been depressed. Even if someone so disloyal and untrustworthy could subdue others with force, would anyone here accept him as the supreme leader? I love it. I love just everybody standing around looking. And then Zhao Jing knocks back Master Mo. And then, so I want to go back to that scene because there's an arrow that comes out, like a poison dart arrow in that moment, right? So in that moment, everybody's standing around watching. And Zhao Jing, as Master Mo flips around, he spins, they both spin, and there is a barb from one of the scorpions that hits Master Mo and poisons him. So now the question is, did Zhao Jing send off the poison barb? Was it the Scorpion King? Was it one of the assassins? We don't know where Malicious or Arhat or any of them are. And then he blames, well, in this moment, he looks over at the Scorpion King, who's standing there. It could have been him. Yeah. And he smiles at Zhao Jing like, I helped you out, boo. But then Zhao Jing has to spin it around and say, what do I do about the barb? So he blames it on Zhou Zishu. And he's like, well, this man, it's Zhou Zishu's fault because he's been sleeping with the ghost chief. And Zhou Zishu's like, okay. He's like, everyone watch clearly. He is the ghost chief Valley's ally. And Zhou Zishu's like, I believe the word you're looking for is soulmate, but thank you. And so Zhao Jing tries to like spin it onto Zhou Zishu in that moment. So Zhou Zishu's like, I'm going to face you. And I was like, okay, I did not expect this to happen. I expected Zhou Zishu to just run into the battle and into the fray, but my thought was that Zhou Zishu was waiting till they were going to go attack the Ghost Valley, and then he was going to like 300 style go into the fray to battle Zhao Jing and them. I did not anticipate Zhou Zishu trying to fight Zhao Jing himself. Also, the fact that Zhou Zishu is not as tall as Zhao Jing is really skewing my perspective in this moment. Zhao Jing's actually pretty tall. Or maybe Zhou Zishu's short. He's like, since you have won, I, Lord of the Four Seasons Mountain Villa, would like to challenge Alliance Leader Zhao. And he pulls out his little bendy sword from around him, which is a beautiful shot. I love that. And Zhao Jing's like, okay, fine. And then that's when we hear who said the Four Seasons Mountain Villa is over. And everybody looks up. And then showing up fashionably dressed in not total white, but with a little hint of mint green, a little sprig, a spring collection, if you will, is Wen Kexing. Now, with his fan, not bloody. Now, at first, I loved Zhao Jing and Zhou Zishu's expressions at first. Totally makes sense. They're both like, what? Confused? How are you alive? What's going on? Zhao Jing looks like he's seen a ghost, and it's amazing. And you can see the wheels spinning in Zhao Jing's head when he sees Wen Kexing, like, what do I do? How do I phrase this? How do I spin this? How do I make it seem like I knew this was going to happen? What's going on? Like, beautiful, fantastic expressions. Everybody's like, didn't he fall off a cliff? And he's just like, yes, that's right. Now, Changling again, and Shin Shin and Scorpion King, all of them look somewhat surprised yet knowing this was going to happen. My only critique, because Jaehan has been such an amazing actor as Zhou Zishu, is I was expecting him to be emoting the entire time, and instead he just looks like Windows froze and the wheel is spinning and he's just like cannot compute. And there's just not any emotion there. He's just frozen, which is a response, but I was expecting him to be like furious, shocked, scared, confused, and his face is just like resting bitch face most of the episode. And I was like, you have shown some intense and amazing emotions from episodes 30 through 32. Where are they in this episode? That was my only complaint about Zhou Zishu, is like, I wanted, and I know he's like bewildered and frustrated and feels betrayed, but I was like, you need to emote some more, sir. And that's my only critique of him. So he's like, let me take this battle. Now, that being said, up until Zhou Zishu walks to the sidelines, he looks great. His expressions are wonderful. And him just walking by him is amazing. Like, I love that. I love that Wen Kexing is giving the vibes of She's All That, where it's like Rachel Lee Cook and she has like the beautiful dress on. She took off the glasses and put the hair down. And he's like, yes, I am hot. Thank you. Hi, how you doing? Like, walks up like damn Princess Diana in a black dress. That's Wen Kexing in this moment. Amazing. Wen Kexing, Gong Jun, at this episode, beautiful. Loved it. And I like Zhou Zishu's expressions up until this moment. Zhou Zishu's just completely stunned while Wen Kexing is battling Zhao Jing and taking his revenge. He's like, I'm Wen Kexing of Four Seasons Mountain Villa. I'm married to this guy. He thought I was dead. Pay him no mind. I love it. And then Zhao Jing's like, oh, you're not fooling anybody. I do like Zhou Zishu feeling like slightly betrayed and mad. Also, if Zhou Zishu put the final nail in and was prepared to go on a suicidal mission, is he mad because Wen Kexing's alive and he's like, I basically killed myself and now you're here and alive? Thought we were doing this Romeo and Juliet thing, but now we can't. What the fudge, man? So maybe that's going to come out next episode. Maybe it will be. But he kind of says, hey, I want to fight this battle. I like that he says that Zhao Jing can't be trusted. So he's like, why'd you put my... he just tries to use like an Uno reverse card. He's like, why'd you put my face on those posters? You clearly know that I'm not the ghost chief. Like, what a big lie. Like, just tries to like throw it off. It's great. And so then basically he talks about how, you know, he's like, whether or not I'm on the stage as the Ghost Valley chief is inconsequential. And so then Shinshin's like, bring them up. We're going to bring the 3 ghosts to identify. And the Scorpion King's like, So I just love Wen Kexing when he looks over at Zhou Zishu like, hey, it's going to be okay. Trust me. His face when he looks over at Zhou Zishu, he knows Zhou Zishu's confused. He knows that he feels betrayed and he doesn't understand. And Wen Kexing's like, look, I'll explain everything to you, but I got to take care of this first, okay? It's fine. So my thing is, I'm curious why the 3 ghosts said they don't know him. What the deal is. I feel like there's something behind the scenes with that, or that was cut out that we missed. Because them just saying we don't know them felt a little anticlimactic, if I'm being honest. Although I do love when Wen Kexing looks over at them like, what you gonna say, guys? And they're like, oh, we don't know him. And then Wen Kexing's like, thanks, guys. Thanks for standing up to me. It felt like a moment that might be a little bit more epic in the novel. So I'm hoping the novel expands upon that. And then Zhao Jing's like, what the fudge? And he's like, well, as everyone knows, Wen Kexing already met his death at the White Deer Cliff. And so Zhou Zishu's like, yeah, explain. And Zhao Jing's like, what are we doing with this? And Scorpion King looks like he knows something that we're going to find out later on. He says his corpse is still being kept within the strongholds of the Five Lakes Alliance, but I'm like, wasn't it burned last episode? Hasn't it been burnt up? Was it not? What is happening? And I'm assuming we're going to get an explanation next week when we get to episode 34. Now, Scorpion King does a weird reaction where he's like, I don't want to talk right now about any of this. I don't want to mention anything. I don't want to know. And he does this weird hand thing where he brushes him away and then can't say anything more. So curious. So curious. He says, my master is of the 4 seasons. And this is my eldest senior brother. And then he explains all about his parentage to everybody. And he says, Aju, let me borrow your sword, because I'm going to kick this guy's ass. Thank you very much. And I love that he looks at him and says, I'll explain the details to you later. I want to talk about as well, one thing I love about this scene. I know I give Zhou Zishu a hard time because his expressions are like WTF, which is all of us, right? One thing I love that needs to be talked about is Wen Kexing is so calm. He's so calm. It feels like he's a different person. He's so calm, which is why for a second I was like, is somebody imitating him? But I don't think so because of everything that he does in this episode. I think that is literally Wen Kexing, but he's so calm. He is not flying off the handle. He's not like overly emotional. He's not like spouting all this rage, nothing like that. It just, he's calm in this moment and it's crazy. So yeah. I love it. I love his, and then Zhou Zishu's like, okay, here's my sword. And he takes it. And that part where Zhou Zishu just kind of like awkwardly walks off the stage is weird. It is weird. And then Zhou Zishu just stands there emotionless the rest of the episode. So I want, until the end, we'll talk about the end. I loved the ending of this episode. The ending of this episode was great. But I can't wait to find out next episode, like, what is going on. I literally cannot, right? So the 18 moves of Chu Ming were mentioned at some point. Weren't they in the Yin and Yang book, or were they in one of the books that was supposedly in the vault? One thing that is not mentioned is, like, we've totally lost the plot with the glazed armor and the key. Like, I get that most of it was a ruse for Wen Kexing to start this whole thing, but it does feel really weird to me that we've had the glazed armor and the key be the MacGuffin for the entire series. We even had the key be shown on Wen Kexing's person last episode, even though it was a rush to get it. And now we're just not even gonna mention the armory, talk about it. It's not a big deal. Unless Wen Kexing's already been to the armory off screen, which could be a thing, and maybe we'll find out more about that next episode. But I want to say the 18 moves of Chu-Ming were in that book or from the armory. I want to see it. Now, we don't see all 18 moves in the sky, but I do love Zhao Jing's expression when he looks up and sees Wen Kexing do all these flips in the air, and he's like, oh, son of a bitch, I'm going to lose. That part was great. Everything about Wen Kexing from here on in, and I'm like, Zhou Zishu, you're not even looking to see his moves. Don't you want to see your boo? Your boo is like doing this for you. He's showing you all of his moves. He's like reborn as the son of the Jin family. Like, he's not the Ghost Valley chief anymore. He's Wen Kexing, the son of Jin Ryu. I love it. And I wish Zhou Zishu could have a little bit more expression other than just confused betrayal on his face. But I get it. I get why he is like that. It just, I know Zehan's an amazing emotive actor, so I wanted to see a little bit more from him, but it's fine. I do everything else about this episode with Wen Kexing. I love. Gongjun, amazing. I love him just being reborn, which again is why I'm like, okay, what happened? You died as the Ghost Valley Chief in all red. You've been clearly reborn somehow, or resurrected, or something, like freaking Jesus here, in your robes. You come back as Jin Ryu's son, and you are yourself, and it's beautiful and amazing, and I love it. But what happened? I'm like, okay, divine healer. I do really like also that when Kexing before was so mad during the first Heroes Conference, he was so pissed off at Gao Chong and all of the cultivators there, because he's like, you all did nothing and you all deserve to die. And now he's completely changed a new leaf and is like, well, Zhao Jing deserves to die, but you all, I'm just disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm disappointed that you all didn't come to my family's aid and didn't keep your word. So how dare you get mad at other people for not aiding, you know? Oh, where were you all? Scorpion King's like, I was a kid, and Changling's like, I wasn't born yet. Or was an infant, so don't get mad at me. So then, yeah, I love just Wen Kexing explaining his heritage. I love saying who his father is. I love all about it. Everything about the way that he gives this monologue is so good. And he even tells, like, the nun, like, hey, I know you because when I was a year old, you did this for me. Things that only my family would know, by the way. So then Zhao Jing tries to pull it back on Wen Kexing. And he's like, well, the three ghosts, they didn't identify you because they're your underlings, so of course they wouldn't. So why should we believe anything that you have to say? You're just trying to deceive all of us. And I love that Shinshin is the one who speaks out. I love it. He's like, my eldest brother Gao Chong fell for their tricks and died wrongly accused. I love that Wen Kexing kind of smirks in this moment because he knows Shinshin's about to blow up because Shinshin knows the truth. And Zhao Jing is just lying about it, and Shinshin knows he's lying about it. And Wen Kexing's like, oh, Zhao Jing, I was like you too. And I learned my ways, so now you need to learn as well. It's just, oh, it's so good. Yep. And then Shinshin calls him out. I love Shinshin telling him to shut up. You're not fit to say my brother's name. And then everybody starts turning on him. That's when it was like, okay, we're doing this. And Zhao Jing's like, excuse me? Wen Kexing looking over at him when Zhao Jing's like, am I about to be betrayed by all the people that said they were my friends? And he looks over at Wen Kexing, and Wen Kexing's like, yeah. Like, I love that part so much. I love Wen Kexing being like, it sucks, doesn't it? This is like, revenge is a dish best served cold, and this is so good. I love this. I love it so much. So then he tries to like blame Shin for everything. And Shin's like, excuse me. He's like, you were the traitor. And Shin's like, what? Like, Zhao Jing just starts talking out of his ass. And at that point, everybody's like, oh, no, no. And I also love Shin being like, I'm the traitor. And then when Kexing's like, you're about to like get busted, my friend. And then it goes over to the Scorpion King, who's like, Here, again, I feel like there is a missing scene between the Scorpion King and Wen Kexing. Because everybody in the comments around episode 30 was like, oh, well, they're facing off against each other. I'm like, I didn't think of it as a face-off. I thought of it as they were negotiating a way to bring Zhao Jing down, because by that point, Scorpion King had realized he had been betrayed. But then episode 32 was confusing because we didn't get to see if it was all a ruse or anything. It was played off as being, serious, which... good to confuse the audience, but also your audience is confused. So then in this episode, Scorpion King is like, by this point, yeah, let's kill him. And it's like, I don't know what we've missed. And we have to wait until we read the novel to find out. Or next episode or two when Kexing explains everything. Honestly, if Wen Kexing took the next 2 episodes to explain what all went down, I would be fine with that. So again, we come back to Zhou Zishu and he's just standing there with like no expression on his face at all. Like he could be looking at paint drying and it would have the same emotional expression. Like he has no reaction to seeing Guzhang show up with the others. But you know what? It is what it is. So then Guzhang shows up with Zhao Lian. Again, this has happened off screen. Don't know what's going on. Also, Wen Kexing meeting up with Zhao Lian has... or not, Wen Kexing meeting up with Guzhang. So Guzhang, Wen Kexing, the whole Duan plot line, he's alive now. And Zhao Lian, like all of this happened off screen. Why is Cao Weining wearing a mosquito net? We may find out next episode. Who knows? I like Zhao Lian showing up because she is Gao Chang's daughter and needs to explain herself and represent. I love that part. I like Guzhang being there with Cao Weining as well. I don't know if Cao Weining is in disguise because the Gentle Wind sect was going to be mad at him. I don't know why he's in disguise. But them bringing, like, finding out that Duan is still alive is weird. I don't know exactly. I feel like you could have made the case against Zhao Jing without him there. I don't know if him being alive this whole time adds anything to it, but I don't know. She's like, you wanted the supreme leader position and you killed my dad basically for it. And I do love Zhao Jing's actor. Whenever Zhao Jing's actor is like, he has this like smug cat face where he's like, maybe. He like gives this little look. So around like the 27-minute mark, he gives this little look and it's like, But yeah, the whole thing with Shin and Chengling off screen, the difference between episode 32 and this episode, where was that? Maybe we'll find out in the novel. Hopefully. I hope so. But yeah, everyone who you saw at your lowest have all died. Isn't that coincidence? And you know what? For Zhao Jing to call her a lying little girl, I was like, you leave Zhao Lian alone. She's suffered enough. And her actress is so good at having this like glare, this death glare at him. She's so good. She did so good in the scene. I love this monologue. And then Chengling speaks up and he's like, yeah, my dad wrote this letter saying you're a dick. It's basically what it is. And I'm like, I love that. I love that Chengling's not a little murder monster. It's just the contrast of episodes 30 and 31 to 32 to this episode is stark. There was a lot of Chengling stuff that got cut on the cutting floor, it looks like, and I want to know what that is in the novel, so hopefully we get all that. But yeah, he gave me this novel for, especially because last episode, you literally had Wen Kexing and Chengling having this standoff, and Wen Kexing asking Chengling to kill him, and then Chengling shooting the needle into him. And then this episode, there is no dialogue or even a glance between Wen Kexing and Chengling to be like, we good, we good. Doesn't happen at all. So I'm like, and then at the very, and that would be okay, except at the end, Chengling grabs Wen Kexing and Zhou Zishu and is like, everything's back to normal. And I'm like, you didn't earn that. What happened? So I know, production. I know. It's just as a viewer, if you didn't know about the production, you'd be like, what the fudge is happening? And I have to go into this as if I didn't know about the production stuff. Knowing about it now is fine, but if I was a casual viewer watching, I would be like, but what? Why are they totally cool now? So I'm hoping we find out more, again, next episode. Also, I don't know why Sao Weining is wearing a little veil over his head, but it's fine. It's like he went crazy due to Zhao Jing. Yeah, he knew the five brothers couldn't compete with him. Again, Zhou Zishu is so... I love his actor so much, but he just does not have any expression the rest of the episode until the very, very end. I don't know why. It's weird. Zhao Jing's actor, though. Zhao Jing's actor, he did the Gao Chong, like, send-off in this episode. He was like, if I'm going out in style and on top of my game with my hair flowing. To be fair, Gao Chong with his hair down looked epic and badass. Zhao Jing with his hair down looks kind of not as badass. But Wen Kexing, I could stare at Gong Jun all day. His expressions the rest of this episode are amazing. So they decide to duel, but first they reveal the Duan guy. He's somewhat Dang Quan. Okay, I was like combining his names to make him Duan. Dang Quan is still alive somehow. So I'm like, is Changling not gonna marry her then? Because she has him again? Or is he like incapacitated and she's gonna marry Changling and just take care of him? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's kind of weird. So, So anyway, that's when Zhao Jing feels threatened. And he goes after... I don't love that he goes after Zhao Lian, but I love that when he goes after her, when Kexing's like, no. Which, again, is so good, because you had Wen Kexing, who wanted Gao Chong to die at the beginning, back at the first Heroes Conference, wanted Gao Chong to die, didn't give a shit about Zhao Lian, and for him to step in and save her... Love it. Love that development. Love that callback. I love everything this battle represents. I love Zhao Jing is so sneaky, so vile, so ugly and gross in this. Also, these people, they change their tune faster than a drop of water in a bucket. Like, it took one girl to be like, actually, he's terrible. And they're like, let's kill him. When 2 seconds ago, they were like, we're going to make you supreme leader of our entire sect. I was like, wow, these people... They are easily manipulated, because they went from supporting him without fail to let's kill the beast. And it's like, oh, okay. That was it felt a little rushed in itself, but that's fine. And then I do like the squad of Scorpion Kings off to the side here. There's Xin Xin, Changling, Zhao Lian, Gu Zhong, Sao Weining, Quan's here too. And man, just how smug Wen Kexing looks. He has his nose upturned so hard, like he's been waiting for this. I do love the shot of Zhao Jing and the camera rotating around him. He looks great there. He looks so villainy, and I love it. And, Wen Kexing with his nose upturned. Oh, this was definitely Wen Kexing's episode. He looked so damn good in this. I loved it. So he goes after her after laughing in this moment. And then Wen Kexing saves her, which is so good. And Scorpion King steps aside and lets it happen, which is wild. Now, them fighting, I honestly, as much as I like the symbolism of Zhao Jing, of Zhou Zishu fighting for against Zhao Jing for Wen Kexing's honor and memory, I like this a lot better. I love the idea that Wen Kexing got to battle Zhao Jing. I predicted this part. I thought that Wen Kexing, before episode 32, I thought down the road it was going to be that Zhao Jing would show up at the Ghost Valley with all of his armies and everything, and then Wen Kexing would be there in the Ghost Chief robes, and then a battle would ensue, and I thought that during the battle, Wen Kexing and Zhao Jing would fight, and that Wen Kexing would get his revenge. I do love the setup of this. This feels so Don Mai. This felt MXTX in a way. I loved the setup of Wen Kexing battling on the stage against him. I did love that a lot. And I love seeing Wen Kexing battling in complete confidence. Not like a lunatic, not like a crazed maniac, but just with utmost confidence. I loved that. I thought that was so good. Again, Wen Kexing and Scorpion King, they're just, which again, Wen Kexing and Scorpion King are watching their two loved ones duke it out. Zhou Zishu is dealing with the fact that Wen Kexing's already died and he's trying to process it still. Windows is still loading on his screen. And Scorpion King's like, well, I love him, but he's an asshole, so he got this on himself. Oh. And Wen Kexing just beating him. Oh, I love it. Oh, and I love just how confident he is. I love how confident he is in this moment. It's so damn good. Oh, he just looks so ethereal. He looks so ethereal, and I love it so much. Alone with no help. Ah, yes, I love it. You're fighting all alone. Yep. And then he gets him. Right through the arm. Oh, through the arm, and then he cuts. I love that he cuts the hair off. Cuts the crown and the hair. The hairography in this series, they had enough budget left from those Wolong nuts to buy fans. They had a fan machine, a wind machine on location, and they were going to use it to the fullest. We had to wait until it rained on set, but you better damn believe we're going to have some hairography fans. You best be believing. I love it. At that point, I feel like the Scorpion King knows he's going to die. And everybody there is just gathered around to see it go down. Zhao Lian, I love her fists are clenched like, that's right. Take him down for my dad. Like, and the fact that Wen Kexing is also kind of defending Gao Chong in this moment is wild to me. So good. And I do think, okay, I've given Zhou Zishu a hard time for not having a lot of expression throughout this episode. I do think that when he strikes down Zhao Jing, there is a moment it cuts to him. And I do believe that he's looking like, okay, he's going to get revenge for him. This is what he wanted. Okay, I still don't understand it, but he asks if he confesses his crimes. And I love that Zhao Jing is just like, F you. To the end. To the end. He's like, I'll accept my misfortune. You can kill me, but I'm never going to confess to my accusations. You're out of your mind. I love it. Oh, Wen Kexing just looks so badass there. I love him in that moment. Now, on his head, he's not wearing the same hairpin that he was wearing when he died. It's different. It almost looks like crystal. He's like, I'll take everything that got flipped and put it back in its place. And Zhao Jing's like, excuse me? So he tries to fight him and it does not work. You're dull and stubborn. Oh, he has a very Inigo Montoya vibe when he puts the sword up against Zhao Jing in that moment. It's so good. I love it. It's just, oh, damn, that's such a good shot. As young Lady Gao just said, as someone's child, if we cannot take revenge for our parents, we are no different from beasts. I love that shot of her as he says that. Like, damn, girl looked amazing. And her tearing up. Oh, her actress is so good in this episode. I love her. I want to see, I'm going to have to find the back of his head with what ends up happening. I want to see the back of his head to see the clip. So he has like a little, it looks like a little crown. Yeah. I love the monologue where he gives about, okay, yeah, it's like a little silver crown. There's not really a hairpin there. Interesting. So yeah, good for Wen Kexing. Good for Wen Kexing. He like gets to take revenge on Zhao Jing and he's like, I have not lost. The blood spattered on the gold robes, all of this. He's like, I played with you all for 20 years. Oh, he goes out, like, yeah, in a blaze of glory. His facial expressions and everything. The actor that played Zhao Jing, kudos to him. What a great villain. And Wen Kexing just, with that smug look, everything has just begun. If you kill me. Oh. And so they go back one last time, and yeah, he just takes him out. God, he looks so great. And then we cut back to the Scorpion King in that moment, who, you know, is thinking about what to do, seeing him go down. Zhou Zishu's paying attention. They're fighting the hairography with him. Father, mother, master, Supreme Leader Gao, Aju. This is the path you wanted me to choose, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Zhou Zishu would want him to. I mean, he was gonna help him take revenge, so I guess he would have. Knowing his mom would be all about this. But I feel like somebody had to take Zhao Jing down, and why not him getting a taste of his own medicine? And then the moment he falls, that moment, 36 minutes in, Zhou Zishu has this look of like, okay, took him down. And Wen Kexing's like, yep, here we go. Oh, and he spits up all the blood. I just center stage there. It's wild. And then we get Zhao Li on the shot. Shenshin's like, son of a bitch. Changling has tears in his eyes. Scorpion King is crying. Oh, the Scorpion King crying. Damn those tears. Damn those tears. He looks so sad in that moment. And then Wen Kexing standing like above him. Oh. And then it's like all the tension leaves Zhou Zishu in that moment. And he's like, okay, it's over. Like, I feel like, okay, if you're gonna make an argument, because I know the comments will make this argument, and I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, but Romania, Zhou Zishu just had that tense expression on his face the entire time because he was worried that he was gonna lose Wen Kexing a second time, just as he came back, and that's why he was having that expression. And I don't disagree with you on that. I just like to give him a hard time. And in that moment, Wen Kexing looks over to him and has this like little hint of a smile. I still want to know all the details as to how this is possible. Because, yeah, he finally, like, has this moment of relief in that once Zhao Jing is dead. Yeah, and Wen Kexing's like, I know I got rid of him. Aren't you proud of me? It's great. Oh, man. So then the Scorpion King shows up above him, offers him the medicine, says it'll make you well. Yep. Oh, I did not expect this either. I was expecting the Water of Oblivion to come into play with all of this. I really was. So I'm like, okay, that's not happening. Maybe we'll get more on that next episode. Did he make the Water of Oblivion into a candy? What did he do? I don't know. Because, yeah. Then he says there, you're always the best speaker. Whenever you speak, I can't prevent myself from becoming soft-hearted. So, I just gotta make it in the future where you don't talk anymore. Huh. So, we don't know exactly what happens to him, but... Oh, and him saying rest well. Oh my god. I want to know what we're doing with this. I want to know where it goes from here. So anyway, we're going to find out next episode. Because when Kexing's like, oh, Aju, here's your sword back. Let's go home. To be fair, if I thought you had been dead, and I had been like, I'm going to go Romeo and Juliet style with you, out with you, watched your body burn, lit your body on fire, and then you show up here being like, here's your sword, let's go home, I would have been pissed too. I would have been pissed as well. I would have been mad. And he turns around with him like, and Wen Kexing's like, about that. I love the look where he gives him like, I told you I'd explain, so we're gonna get to that point. Yeah. He's like, I'll tell you everything once we're home. Once I get you in bed, we're gonna go over everything. It's gonna be all right. Yeah. And you could tell that Zhou Zishu is like, by that time, if you want to hit or punish me, you can feel free to. And I love that he automatically, like, just, when he grabs his face with his hand, though, y'all, when he grabs that, when he puts that, like, that paw on his face, I thought he was getting ready to bring him in for a kiss. I really did. I thought he was. I was like, oh. Because he, like, grabs his hand and, like, puts it on, like, trying to feel him being tangibly there. Like, feeling if he's real or not. Oh, I love that moment where he just, like, grabs his face like, how dare you? You made me feel so worried. Oh. He's like, this is the happiest moment of my life. I just killed the man that betrayed my family and I got revenge on him. And I'm right in front of you and everything's all great and swell. Can we just, like, go home and celebrate? oh, don't hit me here. Oh, he's like, you can hit me in the bedroom all you want, basically. He's like, okay, I'll remember to give you a cruel beating. And he's like, okay. Yep. Oh, I love it. And Changling's like, wait, I'm here too. I'm going to be the third wheel. And Wen Kexing's like, stupid boy, let's go. But that's my thing. Like, last episode, Wen Kexing and Changling were like at each other's throats. And now he's like, silly boy, let's go home. We just skipped all of that character breakdown. We just skipped all of that. Unless it was fake. And they're like, what do you want to eat tonight? Like, everybody, we're just going to leave and act like nothing happened. Wen Kexing, I like Wen Kexing's confused face. Like, what is going on? And Master Mo is like, hey. Master Mo's like, hey, you're not getting to leave just yet. You are the ghost chief, right? And he's like, look, guys, I am, but let me explain everything. It's a long story. What happened on the Deer Cliff? He's like, yeah, I'm the ghost chief, but it's been a long story. Do I have to explain it to you all now? How does this episode end exactly? Like, what is he going to end up doing? He's like, he basically gets onto all of them for not showing up and doing their part. And then Zhou Zishu's like, now hold on a second. I need an explanation. Let us go home first. If you want to settle a debt with Wen Kexing, you go through me. Love it. Master Mo's like, you guys are so gay, aren't you? And they're like, yes, we are, actually. And so then, Ye Bai shows up. Old Boomer shows up. And we're like, well, if it isn't him. Now, Wen Kexing doesn't look mad at him being there. So, again, what are we getting? What's happening? And I like that we cut back to, like, Guzhong seems mad about him being there. But what is going on with everything? And Ye Bai is okay seeing Wen Kexing in this moment. So, you came just in time. You have to lead everyone to destroy the Ghost Valley today. He's like, yep, I'm definitely going to destroy them. And then Zhou Zishu's like, so everybody in the Ghost Valley has to die, but you and Wen Kexing have already fought. Like, what is happening? Everyone in the Ghost Valley has to die. And so then, yeah, it just ends right there. I'm like, no, I've talked for an hour about this episode. No! So yeah, Ye Bai and Wen Kexing, we need some more resolution with that. We also have the tragic comic ghost. Like, tragic comic ghost, how's she getting out of here? Is she getting out with the Alluring ghost? What are we doing there? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. But yeah, I've got this list here. So yeah, the recipe for the Water of Oblivion, Prince Jin, Zhao Jing's poison, somebody had to figure it out. This whole plot against Zhao Jing wasn't all a plot to begin with. They don't make that clear. Changling versus Wen Kexing and Ye Bai and Wen Kexing. What about that? The glazed armor and the key, Scorpion King and Wen Kexing. Like, oh, there's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I'm hoping next episode gets explained to us, and it's going to be very hard for me to not watch ahead. It's going to be very difficult for me to not watch ahead, but I'm going to try to wait until I see some of your comments for episode 32. I'm going to try to wait, but I make no guarantees. Anyway, this episode, I really liked the battle between Zhao Jing and Wen Kexing. I really liked it, and I liked the ending of the episode, but I am very much Zhou Zishu. What is going on? What happened? We need an explanation, and I hope we get that next week. So anyway, in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, we'll be back next week to see what's going on with Word of Honor. Bye!